Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather and today is Saturday, April 15th. My husband was at the store yesterday and he got Angus beef, so it was a boneless blade roast. So it would be like $22, but it has the 50% off today, so we got it for like $12. So I got it half price. So he's gonna cook this for supper. I don't know what he's doing with it. He just asked me to make the marinade. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna open this up and pour it into this container. I thought I already had it cut, but not all the way through. I'm just gonna pour it into this container. And like I said, I don't know how he's planning on cooking it tonight. I don't know if he's going to do it in the cast iron skillet on the stove or in the oven, or if he's actually going to use the barbecue tonight. I'm not sure. So I'm going to make the quick marinade. So I'm going to start with my brown sugar. Take my little sugar saver thing out. I've actually, one time, I think I've actually almost put this little saver thing in a recipe, like it was in my brown sugar, and I just scooped it up and poured into the bowl. But you know, once it gets dumped into the bowl, you'll see it, and then I had to remeasure out my brown sugar. But okay, so about a good half a cup of packed brown sugar. So the brown sugar is the only thing I'm actually going to be measuring out. Everything else is, you know, approximately a cup of everything. So I've got the Worcestershire sauce. I don't have a lot left. Actually, I don't even think I even have half a cup left. I have just less than half a cup, so I'm going to use the whole half a cup. You know what, may as well just, I've got my measuring spoon, I might as well just measure everything. So I've got about half a cup of that, and I'll do half a cup of soy sauce. And I'm using this, a new one. It's a Lee Kum Kee. First time I ever used this one, it was actually a little cheaper down the international Asian aisle than the stuff I normally buy, and I actually prefer it better than the regular soy sauce I buy. And I hope I am saying the name right. Just a little bit of that. And I'm going to use the red wine vinegar, so I'll do half a cup of this. Usually when I make my marinades, I don't measure. I just, like I said, brown sugar is the only thing I measure. After that, it's all just eyeballing everything, and about half a cup. And I've got my extra virgin olive oil. My puppy's right there at the edge of the counter, so is the meat. And so for the olive oil, I'm actually using a full cup of the olive oil. And then got some lemon juice. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna squirt whatever is left in here. Sometimes I can take this little plug thing out, sometimes I can't. I'm just gonna squeeze all this left because there's not a lot in here. Like that. Just give this a good whisk. I'm not adding any spices at this moment. I first have to know how my husband's cooking the meat to know how much spice to add. I also like when I first marinate stuff, if I just marinate it without the spices and let more of the juices get in and soften the meat, and then I can add the spices, you know, later on as I am finishing up marinating it. Got that. So now I'm just going to pour this directly over top of the meat, and I'm just going to put this in the fridge, and it's just going to soak in this all day. So there's a lot of marinade for this little bit of meat. That's okay. I love making extra marinade, and then as we cook, you use the marinade to kind of help grill or saute as you're cooking it too. So I'm just going to leave it like this. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I know my husband's not even going to be making this till almost 7 o'clock tonight. So it's got quite a few hours to marinate. So there we go. I'm just going to put the lid on and put this in the fridge. And I'll be back as I start preparing everything else for our supper tonight. Alright, so here is the roast. It's been marinating for getting close to 8 hours now, just marinating. I'm just going to move it into my little roasting pan here. So I've got a bed of chopped potatoes. They were just peeled and cut. I'm just going to stick my roast on top of the potatoes like that. I'm going to have to move some of the potatoes around. Now I've got lots of this, so I'm going to be marinating this, or basting, I guess, a little bit more with this. I decided I'm not making the yams tonight because I had so many potatoes. My potatoes were starting to go, so I've got my black stock pot is nearly full of potatoes. Plus I got the small one here full of potatoes as well. I'm going to slice an onion and put an onion over top of the roast, and I'm going to put this roast in the oven at about 425. I want to start at 425, and then I'm going to get the potatoes. So we're going to have mashed potatoes and roasted potatoes with the pot roast tonight. So I will be back to show you what it looks like as it is starting to cook. Alright, so in here I've got my mashed potatoes, and I thought I was recording and I realized I forgot to hit record, but I've got my Pyrex measuring cup here, and I have about a cup to a cup and a half of milk and half a cup of melted butter is what I had put in here to make my potatoes really creamy. So I'm just going to keep mashing these for a few more minutes. And then in the oven, find my oven mitt, here it is. In the oven we've got the roast, and there it is. So like I said, we just put the onions on top. I've got the onions on top. Sorry, the steam was having trouble focusing. And so the roast is almost done. And then I do have some more of my marinade here. I will baste this once more and then get rid of this marinade. Because I don't save it, so whatever I don't use, just, I'll have to get rid of. I'll have to throw it out, but that's okay to make more than you need. I thought this was a bigger roast because I usually cook bigger roasts. So I'm just going to marinate this. And then this marinade kind of gives flavoring to the potatoes and the onions as well. So this is almost cooked. I'm going to stick my meat thermometer in here just so I know when it will be done, because I forgot to do that too. So now I'm going to leave that, and I will be back when the roast is cooked. Alright, to go with tonight's supper, I've also decided I'm going to make a quick little gravy. So I've got these little packs of gravy mix. So I've got a herb brown and a mushroom. Sorry about that. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to make a quick gravy mix. I also have one box of the stovetop stuffing, so I'm going to make this up as well. So for each one of these, I just need 1 cup of water, and I just starting to get it boiled now, and just have to pour the gravy mix into the water and just whisk it, and it takes about 2 minutes. So in about 2 minutes I'll have some nice gravy, and then just got my whisk here, whisk this. So in about 2 minutes I'm gonna have a nice amount of gravy, and then this other burner here, I'm just gonna get the pot out. I thought I had it out. I'm going to make this stovetop stuffing. I'm actually going to make it on the stove. Sometimes I do it in the oven, but I'm just trying to see where the directions are on here. Oh, here they are. They're on the side. So I just need 1 cup of water and 2 tablespoons of butter in a medium pot, and then just add the stuffing and let sit for 5 minutes. So I will measure out the water and stuff as soon as I get this gravy mixed in and my gravy made. I just find it hard sometimes when I'm trying to do both the gravy and the stuffing at the same time. I've already got the gravy started. Once I start whisking, I can't really stop whisking the gravy while it's coming to the boil. And I will get the stuffing started in just a few moments. Alright, so here is tonight's supper. We've got this nice little roast, stuffing, gravy, potatoes that were cooked with the roast with onions, and regular mashed potatoes. So that is our supper tonight. Then I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.